day 2 of building SaaS platform for Salesforce ecosystem and getting to 10K month of revenue. We have so far Figma board with the ideas what I'm gonna create. I also want to show you that I have here Trello board. Let's switch. I have here a Trello board, and this Trello board I'm using for collaborating with the team. So for example, here, task for Alexander, for Sasha. Alexander, Sasha, the same name in Ukrainian, so I'm usually call him Sasha. So that's the name. That's the Trello for tasks that we're gonna do. And currently, I'm doing the create Figma mock for all pages, and all pages are here. So far, I have an idea. I have here a structure how I wanna see my landing page. And here I have components, pricing, and blah blah blah. Login, contact us. I already tried to do today a few tutorials. I just left it out of the recording. So I tried to do, for example, buttons, and I wanted to see how we can animate a button. And it's actually quite cool in Figma. So now I want to replicate the same for our navigation bar. And I'm also heavily relying on those things that another company did for me, the design here, because I'm not a designer. But that's also not the point. The point is to create the design that I'm gonna hand over to Sasha, and together with Sasha, we're gonna build together the actual website. Now, I can't just say, hey, can you just build me a website, right? I need to provide some kind of visuals for us, and that's the idea behind Figma. And I think in general, to learn how Figma works, that's a really good skill to have. Even though I can imagine how much I'm gonna struggle with design. But let's see, maybe it's going to be not that terrible. I hope at least. So, I was doing here some mocks, I would say. And the first thing that I've done is this grid, so that I can align here everything, and I can see. And I just downloaded this icon from the internet, so it's not very sophisticated, but it kind of fits into Apex, right? So it shows you that, hey, here's the Apex, here's the end of the mountain, and you achieved something. And guess we're learning Apex, that's kind of fitting. And another thing that I have is here home, pricing, contact, login. Those are the main pages that I want to have. And let's see if I didn't leave out any page. I don't think so. So profile page, I think we're gonna need to create it differently. Profile, yes, profile. I mean, so by profile page, I mean the profile itself inside, how it looks, right? And the contact us, yeah, it looks quite good. So one thing that I'm actually trying to do now, so I watched here one tutorial how to do it, is I want to create here animation, not animation, but hover animation for the button. Again, it's not animation, it's just hovering over the button. So for example, if we go to the Cloud Prism, it takes a while to actually go there, but you can see whenever you point your mouse here, it changes the color, right? So it makes it a little bit more interactive, and here it changes the color, and it's actually quite cool in how it changes the color. So I'm not gonna do it exactly like this, but I still want to use the same color scheme as used for Cloud Prism. And we can see here a lot of different colors. The thing with colors though is that I've heard about that we should stick to using just 3 colors, and that's kind of sounds for me good. And I will try to stick as much as possible to this black, to this purple, and to just white. Yeah. So let's try the first thing that I want to try. Okay, so here I want to show you what I did in the tutorial. So if we go here into components and we click on play, it's gonna show me up, and then if you click on it, it's gonna change the color, right? So that I just replicated exactly what we've done in the tutorial. Now I want to do the same for our home button, and then I want to use this button for creating the navigation bar. So I'm gonna select this thing, and what we're doing there, I think first we need to add the auto layout, and there's a shortcut for that, Shift A, that makes auto layout, and now whenever I drag, that makes automatic here everything. So that's good, and I'm gonna make it smaller, and I'm gonna remove the fill, and I'm gonna make out of it a component. Okay, now I'm gonna add 2 different states. So this state, that would be hover, and this, it will be on click. And I think the way we do it in Figma is that we just make the end version of what we want, and then we connect them here with a plus. So we connect them that when hover, then it should go into this state, and then when clicked, it should go into this state. So the way I want to see it is I probably want to have just here, we're going to keep it simple, and I want to fill it with just this color. And this is when it's on the hover, so it's going to be approximately the same as here. Now, when it's clicked, I want to just make it, I'm not really sure what's the underline. Yes, exactly, underline. That's what I want. I want to have the underline. And now I'm gonna go to prototype, and I can drag and drop, and I can say on click while hovering, change to property 1 hover, and I'm gonna do smart animate. Let's see if that works, the smart animate. And I'm gonna put here from hover on click, change to property on click. On click, that sounds correct. And I think, yeah, let's see if I can do it like this also with the smart animate. Okay, now if we do that, our button will be available in the components, in the assets. So we can take this button and put it here, and this button is going to be kind of an instance of the component. At least that's how I understand it. Let's see if we click on play. Let's see if that's gonna work. Awesome. That seems to work for me, but the only one thing that it goes and changes permanently into the on click. And I remember in tutorial he said that for testing purpose you should rather have while pressing. And let's play this again so that I can see a difference. Okay, hover looks good, and then when I'm pressing, I can see that it underlines it. Now, the one thing that I don't like about this animation is how not robust is this hovering. So I would change it to 100 milliseconds. Yeah, let's try it out again. I don't know, do I need always, that's much better. That's much better. Can I make it actually even less, something like 50 milliseconds? Do I need to, can I reload here somehow automatically? No, I don't know. I'm just gonna start it again. Nice. This is what I like. That looks good. Another thing that kind of bothers me is that, yeah, that looks good. Somehow it jumps, that's really strange. Huh, that's interesting. Well, I guess that's because of the animation, right? So while pressing smart animate, what happens if I do instant? How it's gonna look like? That's nice. Somehow I love the instance animation. I don't know, it feels very quick. In comparison to those, it feels so long till they actually apply. Let me check if I actually record. I always freak out if I actually record. Oh. So okay, let's go back. Here. Okay, that looks good, but I think that is not really that distinct. So when I click on it, I don't really see it that different. Can we maybe change it to 18? Nah, it's gonna be quite strange. Can we make it extra bold or something? Yeah, let's see. Components, play. Nice. I think that satisfies completely what I expect from the button. Okay, now this button, we need to align it like this. So we need to create the navigation bar itself. And I've seen people creating navigation bars as components because then you can easily duplicate them. And for example, here, instead of taking this whole thing and copy pasting to each of the page, we could just reuse this component to have on all the pages. I don't know how to do that though. I'm gonna try it out though. So I think I'm gonna keep this in the bin. This is kind of the, oh come on, how can I try? Yeah. Bin, this is where I'm gonna just save everything that I don't really need, but I might need it. And I'm gonna put this into the components, and this thing, that's gonna be only one of the one part, right? So now I need to duplicate it, and the best part about Figma is that if you duplicate it, let's see, bin, I don't need bin, components, that's good, but I can close this one, home. If I understand correctly, so if I go here and now change it to pricing, it's not gonna change anything, right? And it's gonna automatically work because we have here home and navigation bar home. Okay, this is this navigation bar, this is this. Why is it still written home here, not pricing? That's strange. But we have here pricing, and we have here contact, and we have here also login, and tidy up. That's such a good feature with tidy up. I love it so much. Okay, so we have here this. Should I make them a little bit more together? I think so. Tidy up. Are they all on the same height? Looks like. No. That's interesting. Now they seem to be. Okay, so this is going to be the navigation. I'm gonna click Command G, and that's gonna group them together, and I'm gonna call it nav items. And if I understand it right, if I add here not grid, auto layout, it should help me. No, it doesn't, right? It doesn't do anything. Let's say I want to align them in the middle. Yeah, that's gonna help me to keep them in the middle, right? Yes. But I think what I actually want is to have them on the right side. That's what I want, because I wanna have them here, right? So I'm also gonna enable the grids here. And that looks good. I'm gonna put them back though. Now, one of the things that I don't know how to do is actually how to make it for mobile, for the tablet and all of that. I don't know how to do it, but I will figure it out. I'll figure it out, because Figma it looks quite straightforward. It's not easy. I see how much work it is, but it's also not rocket science. It's not learning how to code. So I think with drag and dropping here, especially with the amount of materials out there for Figma, I see that you can actually do almost everything. Okay, so we have here this thing. Now, can I make it to a component, and what would it make sense for me to make it as a component? I think yes, because then I could easily create instances of this component and drag and drop them into different pages. Yes, so that definitely makes sense for me to create a component out of it. So I'm gonna go and create a component here. And one thing that I actually want to do is I want to change this one login. So I want to create another type, and I want to call this type not variant2 but logged in. And instead of logging here, I want to have a profile, so that when we are logged in, we don't have the login page anymore. We just can click on the profile. Would be nice to have some kind of icons there, but don't really need now. Okay, so, and maybe at some point we're gonna actually hire someone who understands design and can actually design this thing. But for now, I think it's good to go, because again, the idea is to go as quick as possible to profitability, and the design is not the key thing here. And I think that we can make it good enough, just good enough. It's not gonna be good, but it's gonna be just good enough to pass and to actually make some profits. I hope, at least. Let's see. And I think such software as, for example, SAP or Salesforce, they're actually a good example of not having really good design, but actually doing the stuff and actually providing some value. That's why people using them. Okay, I'm gonna delete this. Now I kind of feel like I should put it here as well into this. So I should create a new component called navigation bar, and then have the whole navigation bar there. But I don't really know how to do that so that they are aligned all together. Well, I could actually try to do it and have items, and then this. But now the question is how to place them in the way that they would be aligned here. I think I'm good. So I think I'm gonna leave it like this. I'm not gonna implement anything else here. Okay, now items, and now I'm gonna place them here, and the question is, why don't they go all the way to the right? I don't like it. I don't really like it, because didn't I say that they should be aligned? Aha. Okay. Do I need to drag and drop them all the time if I want to make the changes from here available? I'm not so sure. Still. But why does it say aligned to the center? No, aligned here. That's right. It sounds right. But now it doesn't really want. Well, I guess that's the problem with this one. Yes. So we can see here some. Can I remove? Can I remove those this is the navigation. So if you want to make some adjustments, we should do it here. And I remember there was somewhere there was. Okay. So I can make it like this. I see. I would rather not. How do we do it exactly? So I would say that this should be centered, but this thing here, it should not be centered. So I think that this. Or why I'm obsessing about this? I think it's good enough. So if we just place it there on the left, and then I go and create instance of this one. So put it here, and I'm just gonna align it here, and I'm just gonna align this one, because right, we can change the instance as we want. And I'm gonna remove the padding to 0 on this one, and it didn't change anything at all. I'm gonna reverse it. When you change something and it didn't change anything, you're like, oh no, now I messed up something completely and I need to revert it. Let's see, let me bring my coffee back. Okay. That doesn't help. Well, one thing is that we could do would be, that would be quite strange though. What is this? Horizontal gap, horizontal padding. Horizontal padding. So that must be the padding between the elements, right? Between the navigation bar. Yeah, so I do need to change it here, I guess, because yeah, I'd like to remove this box completely, so I would like to have them completely aligned. And I cannot tidy it up, which is fine. Okay, that wouldn't be good if this would behave like this. Both options are actually quite bad. I definitely don't want my menu is looking different, shifting all the time. Hmm. 52 to 23, 54, 52 to 23. I mean, that looks that they are aligned, but now the thing is that here we have white space, right? Let's say we take 70 and then we take 70 to 23. I think that would be the best, but again, then I'm gonna be in the situation that it's not completely on the right side, but that's also fine. Let's do it that way. I think Let's actually align them, everything here like this. It's fine. It's gonna be fine. So I'm gonna delete it again, and I'm gonna put them again here, and I'm gonna put them here, and I think that's fine. Now the one thing that I'm not really sure is that should I really respect those grids? Like, should I really, for example, here, should I make an attempt that all of them fit into those grids? I don't know, like for example here the logo. Should I make the logo like this? I don't know. Doesn't feel right. Doesn't feel right. And I don't think that that's important for now. I think that's something that I could ask my developer actually, how he's gonna exactly be using the Figma, so that I know what to do, what not to do. Let's see how it looks without columns. Okay, a little bit, I think a little bit empty, but that's because I like it. That looks great. That looks great. Now the one thing that I want to change is I want to change here from prototype while pressing to actually on click, because now we want to have on click. Let's play it again. Looks good. Looks good. I like it. I mean, I hope it stays, because yeah, on click. Exactly. Yeah. No, that's good. That's good. Can I change this variant to default to on click? Yeah. Good. So that's going to be on click. That's going to be the navigation bar. Now, oh, I mean, that's already good. It took me what, 30 minutes to do the navigation bar. Yeah, it is what it is. But I feel quite proud of doing the components itself, because components, I don't know, it feels like real work. Let's see. So the next section would be the hero section. And this is an actually exciting thing. The hero section, that's this section. I actually don't know why they call it hero. This site, for example, doesn't really have a hero section, but if we go to one of my favorite websites, codegym.cc, then we see that that's the hero section. And the way they have the hero section is that they have here one main, and they have here call to action, here some rankings, right? And here a lot of text. And here the screenshot. I will be using some kind of placeholder screenshot, because I want to replicate exactly what they have. So I want to actually show there immediately in the hero section, not just some random image, but I want to show there an actual screenshot from our tool. Is it a good idea though? I'm not so sure actually. Is it a good idea? I think it's not bad. We can also show something very abstract. Let's see what other hero sections we have. SQL group. I don't actually know what to, like. I understand the structure, so I understand the structure. The structure is the something on the left side with the text, and then some image on the right side, right? The image. But for me, the image should not be something very abstract like here. I don't really think it's a good hero section. It should be something more eye-catching. Let's see, hero hero section examples. Hero section examples. And I discovered one interesting thing. Let's switch to Google. It's called Figma components, I think. Figma components. Figma components library. And this is library of Figma components, obviously. But they have here something like, let's say, landing page. And in the landing page, we can see here different hero sections. So we can see here this one or this one. It looks really good. So those things, they look really, really nice. This one. Now, when I tried to copy them, didn't really work that well, actually. So they were not really fitting. I had to do a lot of work, so they didn't really fit into the design. So I think we're gonna need to do it on our own. That looks good. I think that's something that I would like to have. Let's see. Let's copy here. Okay, so this hero, the up. Okay, let's remove it. I think it copies here automatically as a separate section and frame. Okay. This looks actually quite good. What do they use here? And another thing that Figma was complaining, because I'm using a free version of Figma, it complained about using some fonts that it doesn't support. Let's see. Okay. I actually like it. So can I just copy this whole thing here? Let's see. This, Control C, Control V. That's good. And I'm gonna put here that as well. The interesting part, what I really didn't expect, is that designers put those things. They put it not here in half sometimes. I mean, maybe sometimes they put it half, but somehow when you go to the website, right? So when you go to this website, you really see it as half usually. But what I discovered that looks much better is not half separation with text versus and image. It's having a bigger image and having smaller text. And I watched a few YouTube videos, and there's actually some kind of justification behind it, is that the smaller your lines are, the easier it is to read. So the more the user can actually comprehend. Okay, let's see if I can copy also this part. What is this? I could have copied navigation bar actually as well. What is this? Is it a giant image? It is, right? Okay, I'm gonna remove this part. Wow, that goes way beyond my skills. What do they have there? Let's see, layers. This, where is it? Where is it? Figma, okay. They have here this design. Are we actually allowed to use those free things? I'm not really so sure about it. Because that like this thing looks immediately like just stealing. It looks great though. It looks great. This is a frame and this is a button. So they're all highlighted here as a component. So I guess those are components. I would like to have here a second call to action, actually. And I'm gonna put here learn what what case do they use? Okay, learn Apex in a let's just say the same as Codegym says, in a fun way. And I'm gonna put this fun way. This gonna be shifted here. And here join. Okay, we're not gonna have join. I actually gonna remove this part, and I'm only gonna put here the text itself, and I'm gonna put here something like you can code. And see, they use here different font, so I'm gonna change this font into just. And another thing that I'm gonna do is I will make the spacing. So I wanted to make spacing less between. I want to have negative, which looks kind of strange. In a fun, learn Apex in a fun way. You can code. Can I write here? You can code. Why it doesn't allow me to write here? Come on. Okay, finally. You can code. For now, I'm just gonna copy what they say. No matter your age. Let's actually come up with something more, something that fits better. So this is actually the hard part. So the hard part is coming up with those texts, I think, because this is something that you can't just go and Google what should I write here. Well, I don't know. That's part of the business, that you have to come up with the idea, that you have to come up with actually why people should buy it. And I think one of the biggest selling points is that this website, it should be interactive. So this website, it should allow you automatically easy, in a fun way, interactively allow to learn Apex. So learn Apex learn Apex. Let's say learn Apex online. And I want to have this learn Apex online on the same, definitely on the same row. Learn Apex online. That's not enough. One thing that I could definitely do while I'm thinking, or my brain is processing, I could add here last Apex course you will need, and I can make it some kind of subheading. So I'm gonna make it less. I'm gonna go back to the 0 and not extra bold, but just regular. And let's see what they're using here. So there's definitely a pattern in those texts. So they use font size 13, and then here font size 50. Let's use the same, 13 and 50 for this one. Okay. Why do I have such a huge here? last Apex course you will need, and I'm gonna make it with my primary color, with this one. Online. I actually like a lot the way they describe it in a fun way. Now I don't want to copy it one-to-one because that's a little bit not good. And fun, I don't think it describes well what we are trying to build. So we don't really try to build in a fun way. We won't even have any type of gamification in the first place, and Codegym has a lot of implication, a lot of emphasis on the gamification. What I'm searching for is probably something like interactively. So what I want to emphasize in this heading is that the platform is really interactive. Let's see what ChatGPT will say. Is there a word in English? So I can say learn Apex interactively. Is there even such a interactively? Well, maybe I could even say like this, interactively. Yeah, I could maybe even say like this. What I don't like is actually the huge spacing between lines. What spacing do they have here on Codegym? Because that looks actually quite good. What spacing? Do they have kind of a block that describes both of them? Computed line height 65 pixels. Okay, so 65 will it be? You will need to learn Apex online interactively. Let's do this. Let's do interactively. That sounds good. So interactively, you can code. No. I'm gonna say you can become developer. You just need practice. I think a better way to emphasize actually saying something. To become developer, you need to code. You need to write code, a lot of code, and we are interactive learning platform for Apex, where you can learn where you can practice your Apex skills, like this. And one thing about this is that I don't want to use this. I want to use just the one that I've been using. Now let's see, they have 16 and 400. They have 16 here, so let's make it smaller. And what I actually don't really like, gray, what is this? Yeah, unlink please. Because, or unlink this one as well. What I want to use for this one is here, this color. Because I want to continue using the same colors that I have. I'm not sure if that's the best color though, so because that's kind of, I think it's a little bit too black. But let's see, that's fine, that's fine. What we have now is fine. What I also don't like is that the line spacing is really huge. I'm gonna make it smaller, and I'm gonna make the opacity less. Yeah, so it's visually different from what we have. To become developer, you need to write code, a lot of code, and we are interactive learning platform for Apex that provides this practice for you. Start learning Apex now. There is a reason why I think Codegym has a lot of text here. For example, and Codegym, the online Java programming course. I think they have it for search engine optimization purpose. Because if you really analyze what they have, it really goes a lot into they really repeat a lot of this stuff. And I think that's because they're trying to rank their main page in Google quite high. And this is what I'm also gonna take. And we are the online. We are the online Apex learning course that provides this practice for you. Try start learning Apex with us. Start learning Apex with us. That's good. That's good. I'm gonna make it a little bit smaller. Well, okay, I think I see what they do there. It's all gone. But that's fine. We're gonna have, so I'm gonna delete this part. I don't think that I actually need it now. And get feedback. So they have here, I'm on it, let's start. I'm gonna have let's start learning, or start learning. Or just let's start. I think let's start is actually a good one. Let's start. And here is a secondary one. I'm gonna have browse program. And I'm not gonna have any how can I, this is the icon, is this video or something? Yeah, well, let me actually remove those things. Okay, so what we have content left. I'm gonna put this into the content left. Okay, that's good. I'm gonna remove those. Can you show me? Okay, this is the content left. I'm gonna keep them now for a second, but I'm gonna create other buttons. So I think I'm gonna copy. I like the button though. I like the button itself. So the button works, and it has two different styles, right? So it has this part and this part. Okay, and it's auto layout. Now they do have auto layout here. Okay, so this is the button. Primary frame. I don't know, I'm just gonna delete it actually. I don't trust those buttons that I download from the internet. So I'm gonna create here a new button, and I'm gonna say CTA button, and T for text, and I'm gonna say here, let's start. And this, we're still using this Jakarta because I think it just remembers what was the last font used, and I'm gonna go into the just bolt. Bolt is fine. I'm gonna select them, Shift A for layout. Now they are the same, and I think I'm gonna increase here the size of this to, let's say, 24. And let's see what font they are using here. Computed, and I don't see color, cursor, font size 24, so the same as I do, right? Yeah, 24. Yeah, that sounds about right. So here I'm gonna have, and I'm gonna what button should I have here? Should I have the same? Yeah, I think it fits quite well into the design because we have very simple design. So I'm gonna create here a little bit rounded up, and it's gonna be filled with black, not really black, but this is this the color from here? No, that's not right. That's the color. I'm gonna use this one, and the text itself will be this, and I'm gonna round it up a little bit, but not too much. Let's start. I think it's a bit too much. Let's do less. Let's start. Let's do 2 more. Okay, let's start, and it is in the auto layout, right? So it is in the auto layout, that's good. And I'm gonna create a component out of it and a new one. And when I hover over it, should I do something? Yeah, definitely needs to be something on. Okay, so hover, that's for sure, because what button can be without hover? Let's see on hover. I'm gonna let's actually play around with colors. So let's see if we can make it like this and how it's gonna look. That's really bad that I cannot immediately try out in Figma and see how it looks immediately. So I basically, now to try out this component, I basically need to create a child of this component, place it, and click on this white button, and only then I can see. Okay, but anyway, and prototype, and on click, and first I'm gonna name this one variant 2 hover, and I'm gonna create another variant which would be filled with this one, but now I'm gonna make it a little bit more dark, which would indicate that it was pressed, right? I think it was actually too dark, so that the difference between them should be not that big, like this. Okay. So this, do I have already animation for that one? On click, hover, instant, smart animate. Okay, not. Let's see, smart animate, hover, that sounds right. And oh, what is this? I don't need this one. This is good, but was it always there? Okay, on click. So now if I click, it's going to be variant 3, instant, and I'm going to keep it as a while pressing. And this one is out, smart animate on click. That should be not click, while hovering. That's how it should look like. let's see. I'm gonna delete those buttons, we don't need them. And assets, let's start. I'm gonna place it here. And CTA button, I'm gonna put it into the content here. And now I can also visually separate them. That's what I learned from tutorials, that I have to visually separate them. And yeah, let's see how it looks. First I'm gonna remove this grades. Let's see. Oh yeah, this is definitely way... That's not bad. Yeah, I mean, that looks good enough for me. Nice. Like it. Now, instead of having also, so another thing that I want is having a button. It would be basically the same one, but I'm gonna remove the fill, and I'm gonna change the color to the black one. And I'm also gonna add here, and I'm gonna remove these things. Oh, go back. I'm gonna remove the variant. And by the way, okay, I'm gonna say it on click here. And I'm gonna change something that I forgot to do, is to change this into the click. Where are the animations? I have to go to the prototype, then I can see the animations while pressing it. Now it's on click. So now I want to create the same button as, not here, the same button as they had in this example that we copied. I want to create, where's this example? Yeah, doesn't really. Here. So this is called like secondary CTA button, and the secondary CTA button is the idea that I think it's just missing here from the layout. So if we look here, it's kind of sad that it's only one here. We need the second one for example, either see pricing or browse program or something like this. So I'm gonna create here, let's start, and let's say see pricing for now. And for this see pricing, I'm also gonna add here an arrow. And okay, so see pricing, and when we hover it, oh my god. Okay, interactions, we kind of need to delete the interactions, we don't need them. Click none. Design. I want, first I'm gonna call it hover. I don't really know what exactly to do. Let's say we can make the text itself, we can make it bold, extreme bold, black. Let's say black. And we can do also underscore, underline. I also saw that there's a way to animate this thing itself. No, don't do this. Like this, for example. Let's see if that's gonna work. I'm not so sure. And this is not CTA button, this is a secondary CTA. Okay. So let's start. Now let's drag here the secondary CTA, the C pricing. And I think it fits well here. C pricing. Maybe we could reduce the size of this one from 24. It's 24, right? It's 24. Let's say 18, because that's the secondary pricing, right? So I want to have it as, and this 18. Guess it looks way too big. Now, did this one also get smaller? 18, yeah, nice. Okay, so we don't really need to to drag and drop them again if we modify parent. That looks much better with the secondary. Let's see. And another thing, what does it complain about? But replacement where? Where do you see it? Oh, okay, you see it here. So this is, it complains it doesn't have the font, so probably my version doesn't have the font that they're using. So I'm gonna just delete. And now I should not have anything from the fonts that it doesn't have. Now where do you see it? Save the version. I'm gonna save it, I don't know, v3, just to be sure. And I'm gonna save it also here in downloads. I don't know. I don't feel confident when I don't save it. Okay, let's try that out. Let's try it out. Oh, I didn't create the animation between them. That's prototype and up, and on click while hovering, change to hover instant. Let's do smart animation is out. I don't know. Okay. Now let's preview again. Oh yeah, that's not a good animation. It's not a good animation. Let's see if we can change it somehow. Now I think it's because, so what do we have here? We have smart animate. What if I do dissolve? That's an example of dissolve, right? Is out. Let's try dissolve. The same basically, right? Gets a little bit shorter, this thing. Okay, what if not dissolve? What if we do basically that this thing doesn't really matter. It should just look okay. It should not be something. I'm not gonna animate here a super animation, but it should go to some degree so that, what is preview? Okay, so I see that if I have here, so basically if I had here the same size of the arrow, that would be actually, I think, be looking fine. No, that's not what I want. I want to just, come on. No, that's not what I want. How do I make it? Okay, design. Okay, 20x0. Is it the same as here, 20x0? Now I hope that they are on the same 29. What about this one? No, they're not on the same, right? 31. And that was 29. And why is it happening? I don't think it's because of this 29. Maybe I just need to push it a little bit more. Like this, 21. Okay, it got less. So I probably should push it in the other direction. Okay. Like this. Now it's 29. Now it doesn't. I don't think that that's 30, but now it's definitely way too short. The arrow. Okay, can I just copy paste it here? Can I don't know. Oh my god, what is happening here? No, I cannot. This one, and then up. Oh no, doesn't look right. Can't believe that I stuck with an arrow and I can't align it. $20 to 0, and this one 21 to 0. Okay. 20 to 0. Does it look the same? I think it does. I mean, we can have some discrepancy here between the sizes, right? It won't be that big of a deal. Let's see. Let's. Oh, that actually looks good. So this is the preview when I can quickly click on it. Another thing that can I make it full? Aha, so when I do it full, then it takes time. That's actually good. That's good. I like it. Oof, that was quite something. Let's do a small break and then come back. Okay, I'm back from the break, and where we left is we had already the navigation bar, we had this hero section a little bit, and what we're gonna need the next is the image here. Now I said that I want to have this image as so this thing is not connected to the form. Let's bring it to the form. Where is that? Secondary CTA should go in the content left, like this. Content left, and that totally makes sense to have this in the navigation items. I'm not sure if I can actually drag there, because this is a separate component. I don't think that I can actually do that. Doesn't really matter, because we can put it just here, and then content left we put here. Now what I need here is to add an image here, and they had quite a good example with a big beautiful image. I don't have it now, but I do have a Midjourney. And let me go to the Discord. This is a strange Discord that I created. I don't have anything except the Midjourney, and you can see this is, for example, something that I was using for my last LinkedIn post. Imagine. Do I need to imagine something though? I think I already have. Let's actually take one of those. It doesn't really matter what's the image. Let's take something more beautiful. Let's see. I had something really abstract there. Something like this. No, it looks way too 3D for me. It looks way too much. Okay, let's take this guy. I think I already have it somewhere in the downloads. So I'm gonna try to place it on Figma. And let's see if that's gonna look any good. Downloads. Here's my downloads. And I think that's what I've been using. And if I click on Shift, it's gonna be resizing it properly. No, definitely doesn't look good. Definitely doesn't. Let me enable back my grids. And if I align it, should it align on the same size, and this should be shifted. How I didn't see that it's there, it should be shifted here, and this is way off, so that doesn't look good at all. Doesn't look good at all. Even if we, even if we add here something like this, and we can add, that's like the image is just way out. And I think not even the image, I think the spacing here should be a little bit bigger. Okay, so I need something, I think what would make sense is to have something a little bit more abstract. Like this cloud, I think. Yeah, this is something that actually makes sense. How can I crop an image in Figma? Let's see. Crop image in Figma. Okay. Okay. That's good. Like this. Like this. Like this. Maybe a little bit like this here. Okay. That was actually quite smooth. And if I place it here, that looks way off. because it creates here a lot of space in between. This one looks better, but it doesn't really look that good either. And the reason for that is because somehow it doesn't really fit. Even though I like the style, but it doesn't really, I don't know, it doesn't really fit. Doesn't really fit. Well, they should be the same size, right? So this text, it should be the same size as the image. But if I do so, if I do them the same size, it's not gonna be the same size with this one, or it will create a lot of empty space. So that doesn't work. If that doesn't work, let's grab some inspiration from the components from Figma resources, let's say. Resources, I don't remember what was the name of the website. Is it Figma resources? This is new. This is new. But let's UI kits, mockups, wireframe. Yeah, let's say hero section. I don't really need hero. No, it's something else. Figma hero section examples coding. Let's see if they have some examples here. Okay. I mean, that's good. How can I access this thing? Okay, here are section diagrams. Wow, this is way too advanced. I don't need it that way. This is actually good. This is what Salesforce is using, right? Here, that's how it looks. So they have different. Okay, I've got an idea. What if temporarily. I'm not gonna steal the image because it has a lot of Java here. But what if we take and save image as downloads, and I'm gonna go and put this image here. And I'm gonna make it smaller. And when we gonna be done with it, I'm gonna put the screenshots of actual coding part here. And maybe we will actually do it while we'll be designing, right? When we will be designing the course page. I think this is the second most important, except of the landing page, is the course page, how it's gonna look like. And once we're done with it, we're gonna adjust this part. Now, this is still doesn't look great for me. It doesn't. And what is the reason why? I think it's a little bit misaligned here. What if we make it bigger? So what if we take this whole section and actually make it like this? No, I think it makes it only worse. Let's keep it. Yeah, let's keep it like this, like it was. And no. How is it done in Codegym? Let's see. Okay, so in Codegym they have it here. They have just a different navigation bar, completely different, right? Let's have it. Let's have a look at the SQL group. They also have a different navigation bar, so they don't have this alignment here. And okay, let's see what other examples did I have. Well, what I could actually do is I could put those items in the middle as well. But then I'm gonna need to make the login part there. I think it would actually make sense, and I think it would make the design a little bit better. Yeah, what if I take those three, and if I push them, okay, I cannot really align them right together. So I think it would make sense to exclude login from here at all, because again, as a logo, it doesn't really belong anymore to the component. So here from this one, I'm gonna delete this thing, and I'm gonna delete this thing. And now we don't need to put them, we need to put them in the middle. Now I don't remember how I aligned them. Ah, here we go. That's the way to put them in the middle here on the outer layout. Home, pricing, contact, and then I'm gonna make it for the size of this one, and I'm gonna put it in the middle. Oh yeah, that looks actually great, and then I don't need multiple components here, so that's fine. Now what I actually want to do is I want to create another one, and it would have only one of them. It would be called profile or login, and then I would have another one, and that would mean profile. And I would like to have an icon here. I don't know how to do that exactly. I'm sure. Let me search for that. Figma icon for icon in text. Okay. Font awesome. Icons. Let's say login. Okay, and I can copy it, right? Copy glyph, I'm not sure. Okay, what does it say? Regular solid, font awesome, cheat sheet, font awesome. Okay, I think I copied it. Okay. And it says that I should be able to just copy paste it here. Does it look like? No, it doesn't, right? Don't see anything here. Okay, let's try something else. Is there something like plugins, development, widgets? Is there something like insert? Components, plugins. Let's search here for icon. Let's say I want to have this one. Where is it? I don't see it. Can you... How can I... I'm gonna put it in the components, but I still can't see it. My hope was when I put it in the components, I should be able to see it. Ah, now I see it actually. So I need to put it in the, not in the CTA button, in the navigation item, and now items here into the variant 2. I can't. Can I? But because my, because my component has here spacing, I can't really do it. What is the spacing? Can it do 0? Maybe not 0. Maybe let's say 5. Profile. And let's move this here. No. I think we need to move it here. That actually looks good. So now I need not... That would be profile. And what about login? Yeah. That seems right. and I'm gonna put it here. Okay, let's make it 20, and that's 21. Okay, interesting. So if I make it 20, it automatically resizes. Okay, let's make this one 20 then. Good. And this one, how much I had here? I had here 5. So I'm gonna have here 5 as well, and then it also means that I also need to remove the spacing here. Are they aligned? They looked a little bit misaligned. 3, 4, 3, 5, and how much here? 4, 3, 5. Okay, then it's fine. I think it's just because here we have less text. So I'm gonna call default, and then here this variant will be logged in. Login. And what do they have ducks here? Quite interesting. Okay, so now I have login and enabling here the grids so that I can put it in the right place. Nope. This. And I want to also align this text now here. Well, they actually should be also these both things. They should be together into the auto layout, right? And this the things also together in the auto layout. Seems a little bit too small. Like it should, I think. That's fine. That's fine. I really wish it could it could go all the way here and cover the whole box, but no, that's fine. Now that's what I want. I want to, oh, that looks awful. I think I had this problem for such a long time with the spacing that it's not really aligned, right? Because if I put login page here, it's not gonna be way on the right side, right? Because we always have here some kind of spacing. Yeah, that's probably not the way to do it, but it works. So I'm gonna put it here, like this, and align it with everything. And remove this one. That looks much nicer. So that looks much better actually. Okay, let's see. Contact login. Yeah, this thing is inactive. Let's make it. I can't. I mean, I definitely can, but I just don't know how to make it. How to make this additional component also on hover. That's fine. The only thing that I want to do is make even smaller here the box, like this. And let's check that out. Nothing was broken here, and that looks much better than what we had. And let's bring it back. Now we can put it here. Nope, not that type of resizing, but this type of resizing. And we can put it like this. That looks much better. We still have kind of an empty space in between, right? So we still have the empty space here, and here they don't really have it. Well, I think one of the reasons why it's the case is because this thing that we have is really, really small in our case. We could extend it. Now it looks a little bit unproportional. I actually like when it's small. It looks very compact and it's easy to read. And I think what we can do is actually we can crop this image, and we don't need to have it exactly as they have, right? We're gonna make our own screenshot anyway. So we're gonna make our own screenshot. Here we go, like this. And let me also crop this part. Look at this. Okay, this looks way better. And I think if I disable this part, it looks good. Let's check that out. This is good. So I think that I will be able to. So the way I'm gonna do it is first we're gonna do the whole landing page, and then I'm gonna work on this image. And when we're gonna do the design for the second one, for the course page, I'm gonna make it in the way that it appears here. One of the ways that I think I could do it is I could move it. Oh wow, what's happening? Could take this image and I can move it here, and then here I can create another layer. I can do something. Let's say I could do an ellipse, and I can put it on the back. So I'm gonna go here to the all the way down here, and effects, drop shadow. I don't exactly remember the way to do it. Drop shadow, and yes, like this. Let's say it's gonna be this and less, and then oops, the fill will be with the same color. I can do it. I think I can do it with a stroke. Let's see. Can I do it? So what I want to do is kind of like gluing effect. No, I don't think I can do it that way. So here's what I want to do. I don't know if they have an example. Yeah, we could do something like here. So if you see here, we have some kind of like a little bit difference between here, right? So it's kind of like a little bit gluing. So that's something what we could do. I definitely had an example somewhere. Not here. Yeah, like here, for example, this that thing. We can add it here. I'm not really sure how to do it though. But I think I had somewhere in the tutorials that I've done, I had an example. Untitled. That's not it. No, this is what I'm doing. Maybe they have something. No, I don't think so. Here, this one. That's That's what I mean. Show me the circles. Ellipse 1. They do it with fill, and then they do the gradient, right? They just reduce here the how much you can see. So we were basically on the right path. It's just that we did it. Okay, here we go. It's gonna be like this fill, and then you just make it like this, and then we add effects and drop shadow, and we make it the same color and spread and blur. Yeah, blur, and now fill. I think we need to increase it, right? Still though, it looks very strange, right? Again, how do they do it? They have 70% here, and then they use here a different one. They don't drop shadow, layer blur. Oh, here we go. If I only knew it before. Okay, so if we put it here, that looks much better, right? So I think we can, at the end, we can edit out those things, and we can definitely make it better. Or another idea that I have right now is, and this is the last idea and then we're gonna move on, is I can do a line like they have. No. Pencil. Like this. Looks quite awful. But let's say it's gonna be that color, and why doesn't change color? Yeah. Now let's change the color here to this one and put it to another. No, not to the components, to the main here. Oh, we have Eclipse 1 and we have Eclipse 2. Let's delete this one. Okay, effects, drop shadow, layer blue. Yeah, that's not a good idea. That's not a good idea. We can definitely search for something like this, like components like this, and then quite awful. It was a terrible idea, actually. It was a terrible idea. So, but this is good. I like it. Let's preview it. Awesome. Awesome. Looks good. I like it. Now we can take all of these things together and we can, let me do that. Let me select it and we can group it, and I'm gonna say that it's a hero section. Now what do we have here? We have Summit 1 that goes here, and then nav items, hero, and then hero definitely goes beyond, and I'm gonna call it login. Right, login, and yeah, that's good. So if you click on it, I would probably move this part somewhere here and make it a little bit less visible, like this. Maybe we could move it here though. Yeah, let's preview again. I like to preview it because it looks great. Yeah, nice, nice. I think it will do the thing. So it will do the thing. The most important is that we can easily read here what it does. We have here support text, and I think I can do few more adjustments that's gonna make it a little bit look better. Is I can put these things more together to kind of emphasize that together, and those things, they will be a little bit yeah, let's see, can I make, okay, they are overlapping. Yeah, let's not make them overlap. Okay, let's make also not this thing. So now they should have the same, yeah, now they should have the same distance between each other, and I think now it's good to go. Again, preview. Nice, looks good. Takes a little bit. Looks good, and I think we'll make it even better once we have the image to put here. And let's see if we didn't actually go away from those things. Yeah, we did. We did with this gluing, but this is fine to go out with a gluing effect, right? Because it's quite a big one, so it's fine. It's fine. I'm gonna close it. Okay, we are done with the hero section. That's nice. That's nice. What is the next section? The next is about the course. What do I mean by about the course? Let's see what they have. Let's see what Codegym has. So Codegym has something like this: start, learn, practice, and create. This is something that I would also like to implement. And I would like not to have start, learn, and practice, and create. I would like to have the steps, something like step number 1, read or watch video about the topic. Step number 2, practice. Step number 3, get feedback. Right? Let's see what they have. Well, they have immediately screenshots, right, with the YouTube channels. Okay, don't really have it. Let's see Notion. I hope it's not gonna connect. It will. Oop. That is something that I don't wanna record because I have a lot of personal stuff there. So I'm gonna create a new window. I'm gonna open and I'm gonna log out of Notion because I wanna see what Notion. Log out. Here we go. That's Notion. So I want to see what kind of landing page they have. They have millions. So they don't have this step-by-step thing, right? They don't have it. How do I do it? Yeah, I mean, I like this step-by-step idea. Let's see if I can, but I think that it's a little bit overwhelming here because we have to read here a lot of text, and then here's an image that has a lot of elements, and then we have here not really clear thing. I would probably leave out a lot of those things. Let's see, for example, if we delete this, and maybe instead of this image we're gonna leave something else. I think it looks immediately much better in my opinion. So and let's see some inspiration. I mean, definitely people have something. I don't know how to call this thing though. I'm gonna ask ChatGPT how to call this element in web design. Come on, ChatGPT. That takes a lot of time. No? It's typically referred as vertical timeline or process timeline in web design. Okay, so I'm gonna close. Can refresh it so that we have the text back. Vertical timeline. Let's go to Google. Vertical timeline. Figma examples. Oh, that is actually good. Vertical timeline. Yeah, vertical. That's not exactly. I also don't want to. So actually, I don't want to make it super complicated because at the end I'm gonna need to program it. So I don't want to overcomplicate this thing. I think the way they have it is already good. This is a little bit too much. This is a little bit not the style that I want here. Let's see, vertical process. Vertical process template. This is good. This is good. This is very simple. I like it. Let's open it in Figma. Can I just copy paste it to me? I actually need only this part, right? Yeah, I only need this part. Okay, that looks good. Now let's try to make this one. No. Let's make it bigger. And I think I need to do it really like those. Big. Okay, now let's get back to the grids and let's align it to the grid here. That wouldn't be really good, right? And I think in general this is way off. I think it's way off. But now I understand how to do it. Like actually it's not so hard. I can actually draw it just myself in Figma. I don't need their components. So let's try to replicate actually Codegym to some degree. So they have this shape. I don't even know how to call this shape. But in my case, that would be not with images. That would be. Let me remove this part. Okay, so that's a circle. Now. Oh, interesting. Didn't know you can do that. In this circle, I'm gonna have a text, and let's say it's gonna be 1. It's 1, and I'm gonna make this text. Well, I kind of feel I should make it to the component, right? This whole thing. Because we're gonna be, I mean, we're not gonna reuse it anywhere, right? I don't know. Let's see what kind of style they have here. Here, computed, and they have 18. So that's subheading, and then they have also 18 there. 18, and I have, wow, 18. Now I wonder if it's not too big, what I have here. But no, that's, I mean, we measured it exactly with the Codegym, so that sounds good, because, yeah. That's fine. Gonna make it smaller. Gonna make it smaller, and this also smaller. Now this thing will be this color. Then this should be, let's say, white. And that's the second element, and that's gonna be 2 here. And they don't really look great. What do I use, for example, here? What font do I use? 24, so it should be at least 24. 24, and still doesn't look good. Let's make it even bigger. Let's make it, that's how it should look like. I think it should be like really big. Probably it's a little bit too big. Yeah, that's it's probably a little bit too big. Let's make it to 68. How about this? Okay. Can't really align it. Come on, Figma, show me. Okay, found this one. Where is the middle? Is that the middle? Does it look aligned? It doesn't, right? It has too much white space here and not enough here. But Figma says that that's the middle. If that's the middle, I think just my eyes, they don't really see the proper size. So I think that's, oh, it's this too. Let's delete it. That's number 2, and it's number 3, and that's gonna be number 4. Oh, that was stupid, because before I do that, I need to make an auto alignment and I need to center everything. And what I want to center is also this one and this one. Ah, that's the way I should have done it before. Here we go, the Figma skills. Okay, so that's number 2. If you don't know the shortcuts, if you press on the Option, or I think Alt on Windows, it's gonna automatically, and drag something, it's gonna make a duplicate. It's quite cool. And it's gonna be 4. Steady up. 1, 3, 4. Well, I'm actually not really even sure that I'm gonna do the 1, 3, 4, but let's see. I'm gonna align it here like this, so that's gonna be steps. Steps. Tidy up. And let me bring back here the columns, because I kind of think that that's definitely not the best way to start it in the middle. In the middle of this image, that's what I mean. And I would probably don't want to start here as well. Or do I? How they do it in here. So they have basically 50-50 all the time. Let's just do what they have. Just do what they have. Okay, so I have this. Then here I'm gonna have either some kind of image, or I'm gonna have here text again, right? So this is how learning Apex with as looks like.
Yeah, look back.
Delete this part. Oh, it still belongs here to this thing. No, no. It should be outside. It should be below the hero. What are those frames? Ah, okay, those are... Okay, so I'm gonna bring it here. This is how learning... What is learning Java with Codegym be like? What is learning Apex with us be like? And here I'm gonna have first step, and I'm gonna make, I think I'm gonna make them black. I think it doesn't really suit here to have it, so I'm gonna make it black. Yeah, that's much better. That's definitely much better. I'm gonna take all of this and put it here, and first read. So first step is going to be reading, then it's going to be watch, then it's going to be practice, and then get feedback. So first the person will read something, right? So read, and I'm gonna put it here, and I'm gonna copy this and put it here as well, and here we go. Read, practice, yeah, read. Here we go, read. They align it here in the center and then below, right? So I'm gonna do the same, I'm gonna align it in the center and then it's gonna go below. Okay, read, and I'm gonna make it like this. We have the biggest collection of articles. So read, the idea behind read is that I should have written content as I have it now in Cloud Prism. And the reason for that is because it's actually one of the most efficient ways to learn something is to read it. A lot of people, they automatically go into watching videos, and this is good for something visual or something that we are doing here. It is not good though for getting quick some coding information. I bet it feels easier though. It feels much easier to watch a video. You just sit, you just relax. Half of the time you just think about something else. But in general, if you want to be like really quick, then reading something and reading an article is the quickest way of doing that, of understanding the information. And I have a lot of written articles in Cloud Prism, and I'm gonna also create a lot of written articles for learnapex.com. So this is what I'm trying to formulate here, is that we have the biggest collection of unique materials written specifically for beginners in Apex. Specifically for beginners in Apex. it includes all topics that you need to learn. Let's say it covers everything from the beginning to the end, to the to the end. What is the end? Every written specific, it covers every single topic that you need to know to get your first job as a junior Salesforce developer. That looks good. Okay, read. I wish, I don't know, maybe that exists, but I wish I could highlight, I could press on the button and it would highlight for me like this, but it would highlight for me what are the endings of the boxes here so that I could align and I could see that this is exactly the alignment for this box. But anyway, so now I have this. I'm gonna put here number 2. Watch. And under watch, I'm gonna duplicate this part. Now, how do I, for example, make sure that this spacing between them is exactly the same? Okay, so they just match here. Okay, that's good. Okay, watch. Every topic is includes, every topic includes video with demonstrations, examples, and visual explanations. Suitable for visual learners. Now number 3, practice. This is actually the practice part. This is, okay, so we also need to align them so that they look shifted. Okay. Now I'm gonna make it like this. And they look, right? They look like they don't really match. Okay. Now it looks good. I would probably, well, that looks a little bit misaligned. I think I need to bring them closer, right? Now they have quite a good gap here. Yeah, let's bring it a little bit closer like this. Now I need to realign everything. Oh my god. Yeah. Okay, that's good. How do I make the same spacing between them? Well, that's right. We have this tidy up thing. Just gonna make here more space and tidy up. Okay, but now I do need to align it again. Here's okay, watch, practice. You learn how to write code by writing code. You learn how to write code by writing a lot of code, and we have over 200 tasks for you to practice. Solve them on your own pace. As much as you want. Actually, 200 tasks, it sounds like it's not much, but or maybe it sounds like a lot, but it's actually, so I have less than 200 so far, but I will ramp it up to 200. It's gonna be quite time consuming, but this is quite straightforward way. As soon as we have the whole website, that's gonna be fine. Because I know how to create tasks, I've done it so many times, and it's gonna be fine. So now I need to align this thing, get feedback. No need to wait for mentor to give you a feedback. Your code is automatically checked on the platform, and tests display platform, automatically checked on the platform. Your code is automatically checked on the platform. You get the feedback immediately, and can redo that task if it fails. That looks good. I like it. Now this part feels a little bit empty, right? What we could do is also we could rearrange them in 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't think that this is a good idea because later we're gonna have this something like this course for you is for you if blah blah blah. That's gonna be in this layout where you have 4 different layers, so that doesn't really work. Then I have two similar components, so they have here kind of an image. What was, I know there was a plugin for that, which was called, which was giving some kind of free images. So for example, for e-commerce shop, if you want to use sneaker image, then it gives you automatically the sneakers image. Browse more in community. Visual assets and free. Well, actually, one of the nice things would be actually to look up what are the most interesting plugins for Figma, because I feel like I'm doing, I don't know, maybe I'm doing something that I shouldn't be doing. I don't know, maybe there's a way to do all of that much quicker. I don't know. What I need images, right? So let's images free. Unsplash. That's the name that's the name of that. Okay, what do we want here? Do we want to have technology or something? No, not really. Want to have? I think I want to have something abstract. I mean, we also have Midjourney, so we can also create something with Midjourney. Let's actually do that. Let's actually create something with Midjourney. Imagine website with code checking, let's say strict shapes. Let's see what it will come up with. Strict shapes. I'm using the version 6, so it just came out. I mean, just came out like a couple of weeks. We can also ask ChatGPT actually, so we can, like what I see in my head, that at this point we would need to have some kind of laptop. So what I want to emphasize in this section is that the code is automatically checked, and because this is quite important, I think. And I would like to have here some kind of something like this, something like automatically checked code. I don't know, something that will emphasize it. No, this is way too realistic. I don't really want to have it. Another way how we can do it is we can go here, we can create the Canva, let's say, presentation, and here I can search for something. So I can search here for elements, and let's see, something like laptop. And this is actually not bad. It's actually not bad. I like it. Or this. This is exactly what I wanted from. Now, can I download it? No, I can't. And this is what annoys me in Figma, that I can't download it. But there's a trick. So if you're using Figma, you can actually download it. Just the only one thing that you need to do is you need to create a very small something element. Put it somewhere where you can see it. Yep. For example, here, right? We still can see it. Okay, now you can see it. And now if you download it, you can download, because those are two elements. Let's do JPEG. Okay, and title design, it's fine. Let's go here and downloads. It's not bad. I like it. One thing though. Well, I actually have a few ideas. Oh wow, what's happening here? Let me delete this. I don't know for how long I've been sitting with this filter. I hope for not that long. It feels a little bit off because of the colors that are used here. And for that, I think I saw here that we have something similar. Yeah, but in black and white. That's awesome. That's awesome. We can make it also just white. Position. The front, and then make it like this. Now I think that's gonna be if I'm gonna download it, it's gonna be again. Let's name it Figma images, and I'm gonna download selection. Download. Okay. Nice. So I want to align it. Does it look aligned? It does, right? I like it. I like it. It looks great. Let's put it all together. And let's see, I think I could also bring this one a little bit down. And awesome. Now I'm gonna group it, and I'm gonna group it into, how should I say it? Benefits. No, let's call it steps. Let's call it steps. And let's preview it. First, let's check if it is fitting here. Yes, the grids. It does. Now let's preview it. Okay. Contact, nice. I think we could remove there a little bit of white space. Nice. Looks good. Looks good. One thing that is missing, I think we could connect those things together. So where's our group? Steps. I'm gonna put the steps also below here, below the hero, because that's how they're logically aligned. One thing that is missing, I would say a line here between those two. And can we make this line? what is this line? It's not even a line. Okay, shift. Just make it better. I think it looks great. Yeah, I think it's good. Now just let's make sure that those things that they have. Okay, where is that? How can I find you? Where are you? Those are frames, right? Frames, and where are the lines? Okay, so where are the lines? Ah, the lines are here. So lines are not in the group, which is okay. Summit should go here, and lines, they go into the steps, and they are all aligned. And now I'm gonna select lines and frames, and I'm gonna say tidy up. Awesome. That looks really, really good. I like it. Maybe we could actually go for this type of design. So instead of having this really, really deep image, we could go for this flat type of design. I think it's gonna be quite good. Let's present again. Awesome. Awesome. So I would also kind of like to animate them a little bit more. So at least when we hover over them, we could get, I don't know, maybe change your underlying. I think it makes the website in general all the time a little bit more dynamic. That's good. I like it. That might be the task for Igor or something. Let's see. Okay, so I have the steps. Now, what would be the next? This section was surprisingly quick. So I have the steps. Now, what is the next? You need this course if. That's the next one. I'm gonna take a small break. Okay, after a small break of a couple of hours, I'm back. And we can continue. And I hope to finish today one more element. And that we can call it successful day, right? The first thing that I'm moving this component, I think that's good. And I said that I could move also those components. I could move them. First, I could group them at least, and I could say that this is navbar. And now at least they're grouped. And I could also add the auto layout there. Why not? It's always a good thing, I guess. And I have moved it a little bit up. And now what I notice is that those things, they are not in the middle of the logo. So can I align them here in this layout? This. No, I can't, right? Yes, I can. That's why we have the auto layout, because we can do those things really good. Okay, sounds good. So that's aligned. Now this section is gonna go a little bit closer. I think it's actually a little bit too close. Okay, where am I grid? Because now I feel like I'm moving way too much. Nope, don't do that. Just go and move it here, and now more like this, and now this section, it's gonna be moved here. I think I can give a little bit more spacing like this. Maybe even more, like this. Let's remove the grids and let's preview again. I think everything is a little bit too much. We need to do more spacing. And again, grids. And now here's a little bit more spacing. Actually, we can look up, as always, we can look up at Codegym how much spacing do they do. Okay, they separate it visually, and they separate visually here as well. Is it something we should do as well? Like, for example, this one. Should we take this whole thing and fill it out? Wow, that was not what I expected. Interesting. That's not what I expected. I expected this whole block to be filled out. Let's see, let's remove the grid. How can I remove the grid? Where's the grid? Here, columns. Oh, okay, now let me go even more back, okay. So here a section. If I add a fill here, it's gonna fill everything out. That's interesting. Instead of doing that, let me put this thing aside, and I'm gonna create here shape rectangle. new rectangle, and it's gonna be like this. And I'm gonna put it under the hero, so it goes under it. And what was the proportion? So that's definitely this size, and then here, what is the size of hero? No, I want to make it exactly the size of hero. And actually this rectangle, it can go all the way here, right? Because we can fill out with the color this one, and I think it actually makes sense to add this element after. Let's see what looks better. So I'm gonna put it completely here, and I can see that my image has the background, which is not good. We should remove it. It's quite easy to do in Canva. Okay, so if I put it like this, and let's say I can fill it out, let's say with something like this, but now I can make it really, nope. Let's do it rather with a color. So we can take, for example, this color. So here, fill, and that looks not bad. I like it. Now if we put it here, I think it's fine. Let's preview how it looks. Yeah, I still think that that spacing here is a little bit off. I think we should do it smaller, and let's see what is spacing here. So so they visually separated immediately, so they don't really have that much of a spacing. But what's the spacing here? How can I see it? Let's say top. I think that's what they have, right? Gap of this. First, let's get rid out of the background on the image. Where's my Canva? Background on the image, edit image, and somewhere here was remove background, but I don't see it. Like in other images, if you click, you are able to remove background, but we can use remove background service. I hope they don't lose the quality when we pass there the image. Okay, let's go back here, and instead of this image, I'm gonna put this image here. Yeah, looks much better. That looks right. Now this thing, I don't really like how it looks. Maybe we could, how can I, so I would like to make it a little bit, to spin it a little bit, because that seems for me way too much. Effects, drop shadow, layer blue, What if I'm gonna blur it? Ah, that's actually good. Ah, that looks awesome. Maybe I could also change the color here on this one. Say hero and ellipse, and I could maybe, okay, that's already a really huge blur, right? But I could make it like this, and now they actually look, no, I think previously it was much better. So here now this is blurred a little bit, right? And we can now clearly differentiate between those sections. So this section is kind of blurred. What I wanted to do is actually I wanted to spin it. Radius, I don't think radius is relevant in this case. I wanted to spin it a little bit so we have like kind of like this line going, but how to spin it in? But anyway, that's not relevant now because why does it look like for me? It's like it's okay, just optical. I don't want to go out of the frame. I don't know what's gonna happen if we go completely out. Let's see if that's not too much overloaded with blurring. Looks about right. Looks actually good. I like it. I mean, that's not the point to have the best design. The point is to have good enough design. And so we have this. So the next section, what would be the next section? You need this course if pain points. And this is again something where I need a little bit of more inspiration because I don't really have exactly in my mind how to do it. Let's go to Google and let's say pain points examples web design website. Let's see how to identify pain points examples, Figma. Pain points, not with the Figma. I don't need this up. This is not a distraction. So this is the tool that I'm using. It helps me to chunk everything, and it basically does the it gives those sessions, and then you can go here and you can see the sessions that you had. So here focusing sessions, here head break, and so on. So I'm using it. So if you see it sometimes, don't freak out. That's just the app, my nerdy app. So we have the pain points. Yeah, this is not, no, that's not what I want. Develop painless customer journey using pain point examples. No, that's not what I want. I want to have exactly, no, I don't want to research them. I already know the pain points that people have, or at least I think I know. I don't need to research them. I need to have an element, like actually example of elements, how people usually structure it. Let's see plural side. Process. No. Okay, this is what plural side do they have? Why plural side? See our solution, products, flows. Okay. Don't see any pain points. Pain points, let's say component examples, component, Figma. Engineers, flexing Figma, steps and component. So this pain points. Nothing looks like things of the reasons. Draw a mental model, drawing time, apply. No. Design target, no. Empathy map. Well, that's not what I want. Let's see Codegym. Does it have any pain points? While learning programming, practice coding, choose self-paced training, learning in the group with live mentorship. They don't really have it. Okay, let's check the SQL group. What do they have? Courses. Let's see marketing. This, okay, again, this is in Ukrainian, so let me translate it into English. You need this course if you sell on Upwork, cold email. But I don't really like this component, so I would like to have something more interactive. Let's check part-time YouTube Academy. Here, this is what I like. I am actually ready to do it exactly like they have. Beginner creators with no YouTube channel. Yes. So that looks great. And they have also here visual separation, right? So they have like whole. And this is actually what I didn't notice, but they have here light separation, then they have bigger separation, right? Or is it just... No, that's definitely a different color. So they have here, they have white color, and here they have a little bit darker white, and they have here dark color. Okay. So I'm gonna make a screenshot so I don't need to jump all the time. Here we go. Nope. Let's go outside. So what we need here is we need 3. Let's see. First, let's write down the pain points, right? So what pain points do I have? So I don't know where to start. Not enough training material. Courses not, or let's say trainings not made for beginners, not tailored. And let's actually not made. And let's call it courses not made for beginners. What are the pain points have when they learn Apex? If you know some, write in the comments. If you had some. So I remember when I was learning Apex, I was lucky because I already knew how to program in Java. So courses not made for beginners. I don't know where to start. Not enough training material. Courses not made for beginners. I don't know where to start. Not enough practice. And that's actually gonna be enough. 4 pain points, I think is perfect. I think it's perfect. So here I'm gonna first, I'm probably gonna create a new rectangle here, so that I have exactly like they have, because we have here white, then we have here a slight different color, and now we're gonna have here. I do see here though. Is it only me? But I see here as if the white color goes here. It does look like this, right? Yeah, it definitely does. So I'm gonna go like this. Basically, I do want to have this blur, but I only want to have this blur here, so I don't want to have it on the sides. Okay, so here. Here's this rectangle. I don't think I'm gonna have this color though. I think I might just continue with white color immediately. Yeah, let's just do with white color. Let's just play around only when we see that we actually need it. So I'm gonna create here 1, and let's make here a little bit more rounded. And to fill it out, let's fill it out with, how do they do it? They have a different color, right? I don't think it's gonna work for me, so I might delete the whole field, but I might add the stroke here as 2. And I think it's actually good. I think it fits into the style that we have. So we have here this, and they're also a little bit, so we need to have, in total we need to have 4, right? And they need to start, well, all our grids start, so we have this one. So if we want to have 4, we have 12 those things, right? So that's going to be, each of them should take up 3 plus white space. So like this, right? I hope it's enough white space between them. Okay, looks fine, but let's see if we're gonna have a lot of text, because here they are quite, like, they're more wide. So I think we might need to make, let's see, maybe we should identify just 3 main points. And they have here icons. Let's do the same. Where did I have my icons? I think this is for icons. And what icon do I want to have? Let's see, map. What about path? What about pace? Steps? Okay, let's go back to map. Map. I think that's good. Icon edit. Okay, that's fine, but somehow it doesn't really fit into the style. Right, I think it's a little bit too thick. Let's see if we can add icons without anything. I think it's gonna be, yeah, this looks immediately much better. So first pain point will be about, and I'm gonna add it here, it's gonna be about don't know where to start. That's the first pain point. And well, actually, one thing that I can do is I can take those here, and they have text, and I can click here, and let's say it's H2 or something. So this second heading, and I can make this one text, and I can just put it as H2. Okay, nice. It doesn't work. So that was don't really, I should not do that. Let's see if that fits. Nope, it doesn't. Let's put it to 24. And I think we have negative spacing here. I don't want to have negative spacing. Don't know where to start. And I don't want to have it extra bold, just want to have it, let's say, semi-bold. And this is definitely way too much. Don't know where to start. That looks right, but now we also need to add here a little bit of spacing. Yeah. Don't know where to start. And what we also don't have, we don't have the heading. So I'm gonna copy paste this thing, and I'm gonna move it out of the steps, because I'm gonna close the steps. Okay, so if I move it here, I'm gonna move it way down so that it is below all our elements. Let's say this course is perfect if you, yeah, I think this course is perfect for you if you, and then maybe 3 dots. is perfect. If you don't know where to start. And now here we're gonna create how this course is gonna help you. And I'm gonna make it down to, let's say, 18. And not semi-bold, I'm gonna make it just regular. Now where to start? Let's say we have personalized program. We have not personalized program because it's not personal for everyone. Let's say this program. So what I'm trying to say here is that the program will help you to start, because it's specifically designed for starting with Apex. I can actually say it this way: our program is designed for complete beginners in Apex, and we make it bigger here on the same level here. Okay, that sounds right. And now I'm gonna put them into the layout. And wait a second, so I think, I'm not sure if Shift A, it makes frames. Why does it make a frame? I actually don't want to make it a frame, I want to make it auto layout. I mean, it does make it to auto layout, right? Let's go back to when I didn't have it, and let's click on auto layout. It does. So this frame thing, it just appears here without. Oh yeah, that's fine. Don't know where to start. Yep. Now let's see if we didn't mess up here. So I'm specifically don't close it because now we're gonna add other icons. Yeah, we're still in those frames, so it's still good. It's still good. Now, don't know where to start. What was the next pain point? The next pain point was not enough training material, course not made for beginners. How do I put it good together? So one of the problem with Trailhead, for example, is that Trailhead is really made for people who already know how to code, but it is not really good for people who have no idea about coding. So I would say that in this case, it should be, and you know what, I'm gonna probably delete those three, and I'm gonna duplicate this thing. I'm gonna duplicate it here, and so that I have immediately it with the text. Nope. Wait a second. So what is this? Yeah, you need to fit here perfectly. Yes, like this. Now I can duplicate it up. Why does it go away? Yes, and why doesn't it show me that it's exactly okay? It doesn't really matter. Perfect. Don't know where to start. Now in this case that will be would be not enough training So I'm trying to do the course, not enough training, no, courses not made for beginners. This is what I'm trying to write here. Courses we can put it don't have any coding skills. Yes, this is good. Most courses Trailhead expects you to know coding already. We don't. We don't. And now here I need to put another icon. Where's my... Did I just close the icon? Well, I guess it was a little bit annoying. What icons do they have? I would like to have something with practice. So that could be something with a book, for example. Or this one. It's actually good. Wow, so those frames, they are outside. They're completely outside. So this frame, it's not even here in the main. Navbar hero steps. Let's put this frame here. I don't know why is it. Yeah, that's right. And let's put this also here. And now where's this frame? Okay, now here's those 4 frames. I'm gonna put them back here. Okay, this frame I'm gonna substitute here instead of this one. Now what's going on? Why is it? I guess because the resolution is different, right? So here I have 61. Let's make this one 61 as well. Doesn't work. I thought they have the same. Okay, so let's make this 81 then. Now that looks better. All right, right. Don't have any coding skills. Trailhead expects you to know. Don't know where to start. Okay, so now the next one would be not enough practice. There is not enough practice. Our program has let's say 200 plus tasks from most simple to most complex. Nope. Can you not do that? Can you not create a new one? Line up. Now it looks a little bit not coherent, right? What if I'm just not gonna put this dot at the end? Because that's the dot that does it, right? That causes this. How can I edit it? Please let me do that. Yes. Just not gonna put the dot. There's not enough practice, and practice, I think that's good enough for practice. Frame. This frame. I'm gonna close this frame. Now there's this frame, and where's the icon that I just put? Here's this one, right? So that goes into this frame. Nope. It goes into this frame. Yes. And now it's gonna have also, what was that exactly? It was 81, 30, 33. This up. Yeah, looks good. There's not enough practice. Want to understand, not memorize. I just come up with this one. I think it's a good one. So you want to understand, not memorize, and for that, what should I pick for that? Let's put this one. And it's going to be 81 as well. And second one, delete it, won't understand. You will learn coding, not just pass certification. Not just, let's say, memorize concepts. And this is actually something that I actually memorize. That's is it the way memorize? Is it the way to say it? Memorize or memorize? Okay, so it's just different variants. That's fine. I'm fine with any of this. And I'm gonna group it all together, and I'm gonna click on grouping, and I'm gonna say this course is for you. Let's say let's make it course benefits, something like this. And now this is, of course, I see how much we actually need to do. I don't know if we can do it. We can do some kind of responsive design automatically in Figma, but I imagine that we need to align it properly for the mobile. Okay, let's see. Last Apex class you learn. Okay, and one thing that I can do to improve those things actually is I can add a hover for them, right? I could definitely, and I definitely should do that, but I guess that's gonna be it for today, because now I slowly need to go to another part of the day. So it's 6 for me. I'm gonna go do some trainings, and then I have some calls for my mentoring program, and then tomorrow I will continue on this. So far it looks actually really good, and if you have some suggestions how I could improve it, or what pain points should I include, what should I modify, let me know in the comments, and see you tomorrow.